Today, now Monday, the 7th day of April 2025. Okay. Apc don't tower. You hear what I say? Apc say not to business as usual. They say first of all, let no dey listen self to statistic Sierra Leone them Boswell and the statistician general. They say they know they listen and say first because he know to the president. Other than they listen na President Bill. They say the last time President Bill talk say census they happen December 2025. APC say na that day then they go with whatever statistics Sierra Leone they go and talk about census 2026 December, not to for them. Fambulem. APC don't begin back. APC they don't begin back. Now so they do that last step. Count me, no count me. Count me, no count me. Count me, no count me. The village people always sit down against APC. It look like saying a census. Now and then they use. Yes. But for today, I dey take una through the journey before they reach Usai APC talk waiting then talk. I want carry go first inside January. We go straight to business. I want carry go first inside January this year. Where Ansu, when I the man where they talk for statistics salon, be the AYV. Yeah? January. Yeah? Let me listen in Amphibian.
Timeline for the census.
I say let me listen. Wait, come back.
Yeah. What's the timeline for the census? It's supposed to happen 2025.
Yeah, December.
And we're 11 months away.
Yes.
And the resources are not even around the corner in a bank account waiting to be utilized. What's the time frame? Break it down, the timeline.
All right, okay. So
simple. Ansu when they talk for statistics alone, Phoebe say because it's in January. And President Bill don't make that proclamation September 2024. Yeah? January 2025. Phoebe say, okay, break and down for Wiba. Waiting at the timeline. For make this go happen, that the census go happen this year, December 2025. And so, break and down for Wiba.
We have critical things to do before you get to the census.
Critical things to get for do before you get to census. Okay.
One primary thing which no country goes into the census without doing is the cartographic mapping.
Into that area, cartographic mapping. Forget all sign of the country.
And that is where you divide the country into small bits of enumeration areas, where enumerators can go and walk. Okay, that is to be done, and the timeline for that was to be done somewhere around 4 to 5 months. We have not started that yet.
Yeah. This is January. Before the reach APC de Patawa, I just want to take them step by step till reach yonder. Yeah. January, they tell you say that in a form and they no be doing safe, they no be touch it safe.
All right, and then we'll now go into the pilot census where we test all of these instruments, everything that is to be done for the census, and then we now go into the main census enumeration. But even prior to that, we have to do a locality verification where we'll go around and verify all the localities that are in Sierra Leone, okay? Then we have to also do, of course, the procurement of the tablets, other equipment have to be done, communication has to be done, engagement of people have to be done, stakeholders, all of those things have to be done, which as we stand, we have to be very honest with ourselves, we have not started yet.
He outlined all waiting for be done. And he say, if we want to talk true, if you want to be honest, we'll not do the none yet. We'll not even start yet. That was January 2025. Okay?
All right. However, critical statutory committees have been set up. The advisory committee, the publicity committee, the technical committee have been set up. We have set up the census secretariat. It has started functioning. All right.
So the census secretariat will set them up and we don't begin work safe. Would that be the payday? Eh? Okay, there we go.
What I think we need at this time is just to have the finances coming in.
Why? Other columns me. Where you even money? January. He say waiting we need at this time. Now for make the money begin for kind side. That was January. Okay?
All right.
So how feasible is it that we would hold that census in 2025 with the delay already in the pre-work to be done before the census and the funds not comfortably sitting in an account waiting? How feasible is it that we would accomplish this census this 2025?
It is still very feasible.
Hollande. Phoebe say, are it possible for Leo do this census this year, 2025? Eh? Where the money not in our account? Well, AC the blow am. I want to take note of that particular statement there. Take note because I get to remind you during the program of that statement. They say the money not this on side. AC the blow am. Okay, there we go.
By our estimation, if the funds start coming in, because this is a digital census.
It say, by the way they look am, if the money begin for come, it go happen. If the money begin for come, it go happen. It say because this na digital census. Now those kind of census all them blandu. A paper based. Forget.
It's not a paper-based census.
Okay.
So what digitization does, it cuts the processes almost into half. All right. So before this time, we'll do cartographic mapping for a year. Okay. Because what used to happen was, we would give, for example, Fabian will be a staff for the contracted staff for the cartographic mapping. Fabian goes to the field with a paper-based questionnaire, collects data, comes back to the office after collecting the data probably for 2-3 months, and then we now have a team of people who are going to do data entry of that data that is on the paper. Okay, that will probably last another 2-3 months. All right, and then there will now be data processing to actually process that data, clean the data, and then after analysis. But what digitization does is it cuts all that process, because as you collect the data in the field, it is instantly transmitted to the servers. All right.
Uncle, not to all side get internet. We say as you collect and at the field instantly, it is transfer na the servers. Then for the places that we get internet. Yes, now the provincial areas then they had to reach areas not to all side get internet. So that instantly the area for federal internet day. Now then I go get for put on. Okay. Sometimes I get satellite one they use. A Starlink one they use, eh?
And we have auto cleaning that is already taking place. Okay. So that data entry and data processing that used to take 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, that process is completely eliminated with digitization. So we know if the funds coming, we can still be able to do the census this year. However,
It's still they repeat and say if the money coincide, we go able for do the census this year. But however waiting.
We have this assessment mission that is also doing an assessment of everything as it stands right now. Okay, they are going to give us genuine feedback. We said, the minister said, the statistician general said, all the people that spoke, the UN resident coordinator, the World Bank country manager, everybody wants inclusivity for this census, and that is what we all want.
Man, it don't name the different, even the moral guarantor, and they self want inclusivity pan this census. Fambulem. Before APC they run the country waiting and country, can listen by the first meeting or waiting happen. Answer, you say waiting?
Okay. In fact, to tell you how inclusive we want to be.
We want to be, okay.
And the way everybody wants to be on board this census. When we had this opening meeting, this opening session on Monday, we invited the political parties. All right?
Now, all the political parties will invite?
Major political parties.
Major? What the other one there? Okay, we say major. Now, who's one then so?
SLPP and APC.
Akbole. SLPP and APC. We now get a small party there. Now forget. Yeah? Okay. Major. SLPP and APC.
Unfortunately, there is a Sufyan guy who is part of the Sufyan man. Let me don't call it guy.
They're not calling guy. Okay.
I might look disrespectful. There's a man called
okay.
Called Sufyan, who is a member of the advisory committee, was nominated by APC to be part of the advisory committee.
Advisory committee for statistics alone for the census. Okay.
So when we sent the invitation, he acknowledged that invitation on the group, and he said he would come. Unfortunately, he didn't come.
So APC not been there for that first meeting. According to Ansu, Sufyan, now he for go. He get the invite, he acknowledge say he go, but at the end, he no go there. They don't begin work out left foot. Okay.
So we had the SLPP guy that was there represented. There is a Dr. Lai also that is representing SLPP.
SLPP been there, APC not been there.
It was there at the meeting, this session that the partners came for. So everybody picked it up, because after the round of introductions, it was picked up that, oh, we have SLPP here, but we don't have APC. Okay. So yesterday we had a call. I had a call from, I think he's the deputy leader of APC, Ambassador Yansane, also.
They speak.
Fore Yansane also called us, telling us that, they were not part of the meeting, and we had to tell him that, okay, you had this guy that was supposed to be there.
I mean, saying they call and guy. Why call and guy back? If I don't leave that statement, but all right.
That actually acknowledged receipt of this invitation, but didn't come. So he was now telling us, okay, we would want to be part of subsequent meetings that you have, and would even want to meet the partners before they go. That is to tell you the level of, camaraderie around the census. Everybody wants to be on board.
But what's the deadline for the funds, though? At what month would you say, if the money isn't forthcoming, it would distort the possibility of even doing the census in 2025?
Okay, so we...
Holandi, all the explanation where they get explain say APC not come at the first meeting, not to than the Fibian say deadline for when I get money, when I go able to do this census inside 2025. Fambulem. Now what's at the deadline where answer being gay?
I have to be honest, the process or the timelines are already distorted.
Okay. He said the thing don't shake body already. Don't shake body. But
because from the initial timelines we had, we have things that should have been done from November.
Yeah. something they therefore don't do from November. This na January the paper talk so money not be there safe. Okay?
The president made the proclamation in September. We have things that should have been done from November and December that have not been done. For example, we formally have to launch a census. Formally, that has not been done.
They don't launch them. They don't launch them.
Things, internal, you may call them internal things, but we have to do design of things like the logo.
Hey, I didn't know how to.
You know, the theme.
Okay.
The slogan, all of these things here and there. These are, you may feel these are small things, but these are the things that drive communication around the census. We've still not done them. Finances are still not available.
Finances are still not available. And so you say what?
Finances are still not available.
Money no dey. That was January. Money no dey.
Okay. All right. So we've already missed some things. Locality verification. We should have gone around and verified all the localities at this time. Those have not been done. So we are still hopeful that even with those we've eaten into on the timelines, we can still be able to go ahead and pull off a census in 2025, December 2025 precisely. But then the funds have to start coming in.
Deadline, in what month do you think should be the latest? We shouldn't go beyond that month without the
I don't
funds.
think we can go beyond March. I don't think we can go beyond March.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah. Fabian, Tawase, no, me na the deadline I want. Like way you feel to say if we go beyond that 10 day, well, any kind way the census not go happen in 2025. Now I answer say March. Okay. Since I talk about March, let me fast forward, come inside March. Let me come inside March now. Same answer inside March now. Now na 98.1. Are they hear me? Ask the question, ba.
According to information, we understand that the 2025 census will happen. Don't be postponed to 2026. You dey on air, you dey on radio now. You can confirm or deny.
Bam. Rumor they pass say, wait to this is the match. Now they talk about now. Rumor say they don't postpone the census. They ask Ansu say Ansu they are confirmed by. If true, they don't postpone the census. What the Ansu say?
Correct.
He say yes. Correct.
I think the minister we don't confirm that day. The minister actually unraveled that day last week Thursday to the media. When I've been getting a representative there as well, and I'm pretty sure when I carry that story. So yes, the census don't be postponed to 2026 December.
At what point on arrive at this postponement?
So he answer. Say yes, not true. Don't postpone them. This time inside match now they talk. Let me explain. Whose point to they reach and say no anything? But forget it. Don't postpone this thing.
Okay, so in January this year, precisely January 13th to the 17th.
Until there, I think this will be done. Do I will just want to follow the trail till reach Usai APC don't begin to. Yeah, let's just follow the trail.
We will get an international mission, an assessment mission. We can gauge the readiness of statistics Sierra Leone and the country as a whole for conduct the population and housing census. So that mission they've been comprised of the U.S. Census Bureau, the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa.
Until there, all my way they say the inside. This is in January. Okay. But you know this team where they talk so. Now that same team where it tell we just know say APC being said you let them meet with the team where they not be able for send people them. Now that same January day. Yeah. Okay.
That is responsible for all censuses in Africa and also United Nations Fund for Population Affairs (UNFPA) within New York. We also have the global body for population affairs globally, worldwide. Okay, so then come then do a 1 month, a 1 week assessment of everything, with systems and processes, procurement, every other thing. We actually do mapping, all. At the end of the day, then say, okay, on our systems and processes, manpower and everything, really they're up to standard.
You don't remember now, so we don't talk about this, eh? You say the promote and say, then they up to standard. The system and processes, they up to standard. Before that time, they wait you not tell you say them we don't miss things them. Eh? Okay.
All right. But critical things and the way for be done for conduct a census. If we want for conduct a very credible and internationally benchmarked census, where they meet internationally comparable census, where they meet international standards. So if we want for go ahead and conduct a census, we go stand the test of time, then there are critical timelines we want to need for go back to and look at and see how we want to go readjust the census for fitting to the timeline.
He say that then tell them for readjust the census for fit by the timeline. When Phoebe be the ask her, what he talk? That'll be January or this now na March.
According to the UN principles and recommendations on the conduct of censuses,
Now in that, tell we bra.
it say before you conduct any census, before you actually go to the enumeration, like the counting, you forget a 1 year gap, 1 year difference between the pilot census and the main census enumeration. What's in and they mean that? The pilot census that they test all the instrument there, you test communication, test the questionnaire, test everything for CC, everything they work well. Test the tablet and all things for CC, everything is working well. So then they say you forget a 1 year gap from the time you do that testing to the time you go do the actual counting. It will be 1 year. So January already we then come with and don't make that recommendation. They mean say we are out of that. We're not within that bracket. Also,
but January, we Phoebe and ask him, he say if the money can inside, then go able. Now he say the people and say, okay.
we want the support of international partners because we want this census to be very, very internationally comparable.
So that last census, forget, continue.
So then tell we say, if we want their support, like material as well as financial support for actually go ahead and help we, then go bring our manpower, bring our machinery, support capacity, with capacity as an institution, also support with financially all of that. Then the need for factor themselves into the census process, where at that time with January they already don't do them plans for the year and statistics alone, not be the part of them plans. And mind you, we only proclaimed the census in September last year.
Okay.
And we'll proclaim the census in September. We get on to the inform, they say the president don't proclaim the conduct of the census. All right. Now they say, okay, we will come to the country in January immediately.
In January immediately. Then the president proclaim September. They say then go we show na contact them, then they say then go come in January, then immediately. Forget.
You know, September, October, November, December, January, they don't come.
Now immediately then they immediately now one thing. Jin they appear. And then not immediately, but continue.
They say we will come and can look at the situation, they will go advise on. So the postponement of the census is largely based on the international partners they advise with them. Give we?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And also the fact say we get for the procurement of other equipment, then tablets, then other things that they will need for be procured. We the timelines already.
We can't continue for
Wait. President's bill, nine proclaim, nine declare, and nine choose the date. Nobody not be run at time. I don't know if they advises them, they advise well. Because according to Wetudoye from Ansu, from that January interview to this one, after that proclamation, then things then the way therefore don't do already. Money no be there. Money no be there. So if we no say money no there, why did we choose the date? We no say we no get money. Okay, we'll choose a number for choose sick. Okay.
The reason them as to why we not decide to postpone the census. You don't talk about the census where you say I don't postpone them to sometime next year, 2026. And I'll ask you the reason, and I'll arrive at that one day. You say one get for do with the gap. Well, for take 1 year from January to December, you know, go to 1 year we're supposed to be. When I'm not be know that one day, but when I still put a time frame for census for December.
Okay, so now the president declare the conduct of the census.
Who that advise the president? Yes, now the president declare the conduct of the census. Who that advise her? Now the plan your gap number, he go announce. Okay. You know be no say money no dey. Okay.
And make this very clear.
Make it clear, bruh.
Just for the records, we know to justify the change of date, but
they justify the change of date too. But listen,
point why they try for
make the point
that at no point in time in this country we don't ever declare a census, and we go exactly by that date or the way the president proclaim.
You see, they know one day say, oh, like president called say the census will take place this term. He say, now one day happen where the census take place that particular 10 day. So we used to.
You know, ever happen. So, like, give you instances.
Give me.
The 2004 population housing census been supposed to happen 2003. You know, happen 2003. The 2015 population housing census for happen 2014. It happened 2014 and 2015. 2021 for happen 2020. It happened 2020 and 2021. So then are just instances in recent time. Now the reason that census na the most complex statistical undertaking na any part in the world. A complex past any other statistical undertaking. And also think we just do, I want for do and you out and corner. So you won't forget international comparability, and I don't know what they try for do. One of the accusations of the last census that you're not been too inclusive, you're not been this, you're not been that one, I worship process. So we deal with partners there on this. And if partners advise, we say, okay, una go ahead, una do and this way, lo get and done this way, lo get and done this way. All right. We get for heed to that advice there. One thing we don't try for do for this particular census from the get-go na that everybody when have been dissenting voice for the last census, we don't try we level best for make them for bring them come on board and make her as inclusive as possible. I can tell you say sitting here,
listen, you can tell you say sitting there,
all the political parties,
okay,
and then get a major stake. Then get a very major stake.
All the political party them.
All right. They're so aligned on this census process.
Now I can't tell we say all the political party then they in line with the census process.
We they bring them even today, we they get the advisory committee meeting today, and all the political parties get to be present at Brookfield Hotel this morning.
Take note, this is an inside match. You say then they bring them come and they all get for present. Now Brookfield Hotel. Yeah?
Alright. So we be know. Say we forget a 1 year gap between the pilot census and the main census and immigration. But then you still need people in for come and vet that one day for you. Alright?
This is not the same situation. You talk about 2 reasons. Let me take low unpack.
No, those are just two reasons.
It's two of the reasons that we don't talk about at this studio. Yeah, so he said one, and because of the gap, and also he said because of advice from development partners.
And the fact that we also need for procure equipment. Make I just
so somebody now they ask, because if you take on Facebook page for instance, within different than this one, we wanna eat to the advice. Okay, look, push onto this term, but the last midterm and population housing census, we not been do that one day.
No, for sure will not be hit to the advice. Not correct. Well, we do the census will happen 2020, happen 2021. If not the date, but
people still advise. If opposition even raise concern.
No. Opposition raise concern no means that be an advice from
Okay.
the partners. Must be an advice from the partners.
They don't to partner.
So the voice of the opposition not counting then in the advice one.
No, I know
listen
they
to.
say so. I know they say so. I'm saying you they say we eat to advise. We try for it to advise this one, but like the last one not eat to advise.
Which only concerns will come from the last one. We'll see what back out.
So make this clear, right? We don't want to delve on the past, but now make one thing very clear: the last census become very political along the line.
This one. Okay.
Because the understanding for the census and the reasons why they conduct them become misconstrued, particularly by the political parties. However, we don't move from that stage there. All right.
He said we don't move, eh? Okay.
Right? Everybody aligned and we try for move forward. Okay. Now we won't forget a census where everybody go acclaim. Where we go get very. By the way, make I also make this clear.
Before they make it clear, APC, they are fall in line, but una pass. Una pass, una just fall in line. Una listen.
No census sorry will get 100% respondents.
Bam.
100% people you can't say. I'll let you do the biggest sensitization drive. You try to be as inclusive as possible. You just get people then for every process. We're apathetic to the process. You get apathy in human beings. So man, from where he born, one day votes, then one day contact, one day involved in any civic activity. So you get people in there. You will still not be able to get 100% of people. But then you want to get as many people as possible. You want the process to be as inclusive as possible. And that is what we're trying to do. Okay? Now, if partners are advice, you say, okay, we're going to do it this way. Don't even left the advice. Even come to the procurement. May I talk quickly on the procurement? We go for procure tablets. For this census, we need in excess of 29 to 30,000 tablets for the census.
Yeah, you.
The last time we lent tablet from Kenya. It's not going to be the same. We actually buy we own tablets thing. For buy tablet, now ICB, International Competitive Bidding, for even put out the advert, it will take you 28 days for put out the advert. When you don't put out the advert, you go for award that contract another 7 days.
So right? They go back to the question, say when I be know all this, but when I set a time frame.
Of course.
So is somebody go say or somebody go argue say when I not been doing homework well, we wanna set the time frame.
No, not so we not been doing homework well. We do with homework very well. All right.
But September, still, okay, go on.
September, the president announced it will happen in December 2026. So if a lot of things that they will be supposed to happen, because we not been get partners there for it, we not been want to start the process without getting consultation with them.
Not so just no inside January is say money no day. Una don't forget. Not to answer talk just now. When you amphibian be the talk, he say money no day, but if your money come, but now what he say? What he say make them not start waiting.
Because we not been get partners there for it, we not been want to start the process without getting consultation with them.
Now say be talk that end, eh? Okay.
Alright? They only come in January. Assume say they may come from the time the president announced the conduct of the census in September, right? Assume they may come in October. Then some say they say, okay, una can probably see how una can able to do the pilot census in November or December, because mind you, there should be a 1 year gap. By the standard, 1 year gap between the pilot and the main census and immigration. Alright? Now, the dates already don't conflict as a result of that day.
No, it be the gida one say, assuming them be say for duam. Una for be able to do una not for be able to do because still una no get money.
So make we also understand this. Not to that kind of situation where like we don't want to get things just done by we self.
Bayang.
Okay. We want to get things done in consultation with partners for ensuring we get things the right. We want to be as open as possible, as inclusive as possible, because this census now we own census. Now the people in get her. Now community ownership we encourage. Now if we even go around, we don't engage first. We don't get some initial engagement with the stakeholders. We don't form them district committees, and we are then for responsible at the district level for man the affairs of the census.
Okay,
right?
Let me look at the time frame of the census. You can agree with me? Say every census not 10 years, and from 2015 to now, not 10 years.
Yeah.
Now we don't postpone the census to 2026.
Yeah.
In any way, this they affect the calendar.
You know, they affect the calendar. You know, I think I don't tell you. Say, I tell you, say, we don't ever get a situation where census exactly happen on the exact date it will happen, because census so complex. Situations can change along the line. All right, as you try for conduct the census, things that they will can happen where can can push you for make you actually change the date of the census. Not mean say you will affect the quality where you go get at the end of the day, but if you for change the date for get quality data, right, for make you get enough time for prepare yourself for get quality data, then we not see any reason for make we not do that day. Okay, that is exactly what we try for do. Around exactly what we try for do for ensure say we get a census process.
Right answer. Now in the talk for Statistics Sierra Leone. Okay. Then na be inside mid-March. Our local to end of March. Just before April starts. So. The bossman for Statistics Sierra Leone, the statistician general Andrew Bob Johnny, been there na AYV. Amphibian again. January, Ansu talk about finance we no dey. When Amphibian talk say, well, the money no dey na one bank say AC go dey blow am. Can listen to the Andrew, yeah? Bob Johnny, the boss man for Statistics Sierra Leone. Let's listen to him. Fabian, shoot.
Okay, so with all this said, what about the financial aspect of the census? Has Statistics Sierra Leone received the money required to continue the decennial census?
Absolutely, yes.
Bam. Okay. Statistics Salon don't receive the money for the census. The boss man say absolutely yes. It is kicking chest back. Okay. Waiting Fabian ask next.
We have a responsible government.
What the answer him be say inside January? Money no dey. Okay. End of March. Money dey. We get responsible government. What he make we come out of the timeline? Now I make you hear answer now can talk say, oh, that because of waiting the Pumui then talk. But at first, it was all about the money. We get a responsible government. Yes, sir.
We have a responsible president.
Bam. Diana Saloon. We get president who responsible. Okay.
We have a responsible cabinet.
So then when we the outline say responsible, what thing be happen? Because we learn say from Ansu, we learn say the president make proclamation inside September. Yes, now do am. Una for don't begin work inside November. Till January you then be the interview, nothing no be don't happen. Pass the set up the committee the owner be don't set up. Now in through una out of timeline. But now they can't tell say we get responsible government, we get responsible president, we get responsible cabinet. if they were this responsible like you they claim for, why we go out of timeline because of money? Okay, no, then we don't change and say no to money again. Now because of waiting the Pumui then talk.
And of course, the people of this country, and His Excellency the President has committed huge amounts of resources to the running of the census and all other supports we do need.
What
and
percentage
here,
of the budget have you received so far?
We have received about $6.2 million so far.
Fambulem. This administration, okay, statistics are alone supposed to be independent, devoid of politics. But when camper money, the vice president, guy, anybody when they talk about money, it mix up. Eh? It mix up. You don't believe? Okay. Kalaka mix up una. Uda talk so. And the statistics boss, na Lenka mix up una. Talking back by say what is sir?
$6.2 million so far.
6.2 million. Well, that's that 2.5, that 0.3 day, which is like $300,000. That's a lot of money. Now 6.5 or now 6.2? Ha. Okay.
What's the percentage of that?
They have committed $6.2 million for this year.
They don't committed. Commitment. Commitment is like pronunciation. It's like promise. Oh no, they are any promise. They are give them. They give them say commit. They don't give. Fibia just the town waiting at the percentage. And finally, they look for that man in trouble. Okay, now they go
to be given for the census so we can use. We've had about 5% of that, because what is happening is
we don't get 5% of that. Of that waiting. Of the 6.0 now the budget we Fabian ask for.
We request per activity.
So according to the statistics then boss, Andrew, Uncle Andrew say now per activity now they request money. So let me say now if they want do that cartographic mapping, then they say waiting at the budget for that day. Ministry of Finance, well, we need $2 million for doing cartographic mapping. Don't then give them the money, then go do. Eh? Okay. So now by how then they carry out, now so then they give them the money. But now they go.
Okay, Johnny, sorry. Let's break this down so we properly understand it.
Yes.
He be an agree.
What's the overall budget required for the decennial census?
Waiting at the total money I need for this census here.
The overall budget of a census is $37 million. And
$37 million. Wow. So, will they do budgets for make we know how for take care of the country? Also, I don't get more population. Waiting at the developmental strives that we then go need. Waiting, we spend $37 million. At the end of the day, do we usually have value for money? Eh? You think so we can get value for money? For now, we can spend $37 million by this next budget. What? Okay, yes. How can go take for go Becca? Eh? Let me make you see the one thing for the inside. Now if you see that for election. But continue, bossman, sir.
But in terms of Leone equivalent, it's about 911 billion leons.
911 billion saloon money. Wow. $37 million. Okay.
What have you received currently?
Currently, we have received 12 million leons.
Una de ou? Una de, huh? How much you don't receive? Now in talk say $37 million. Yeah? And they say, how much you don't receive? He say 12 million leons. 12 million? 12 million leons. Just say $6.2 million. So $6.2 million, is it equivalent to 12 million leons? No, a mistake. You say waiting? Eh?
12 million leons.
No, don't receive. No, sir. But continue.
Which is 10 billion leons.
Eh? Is it what is that?
12 million leons. Which is 10 billion leons.
How can 12 million leons be 12 billion leons? Eh? These are statistics, boss man. Oh. What is statistics then they do? Now they count people there. Okay, no, they not sabi count money. But they sabi Unders. This not a wonders. Oh. Unders shall never end. How much you say?
12 million leons, which is 10 billion leons.
Okay. 12 million leons, which is 12 billion leons. You not gonna even say, okay, now old money to new money. Because now old money to new money. If now 12 million leons, it will be 12 billion leons. You say?
12 million leons, which is 10 billion leons.
Okay. Whatever it is. All right, sir, continue.
And that is actually allocated.
So what's I mean $12 million?
No, leons. I'm talking about leons.
Okay.
Samuel, now AYV they say, wait, now $12 million you want talk? Now I say, Now leons are the talk about. It's still Tawa. Eh? It's still Tawa say that the leons in the talk about 12 million leons. You mean them?
12 billion leons.
The money don't go up for family. It don't go now to 12 billion leons. The same possibility will say 12 million leons, which is 10 million leons, which is 12 billion leons. Now I don't change back say na 12 billion. Ha. Hello, Gria. Hello, Gria. Hey, Papa God. We don't see we on.
I'm not really good with mathematics.
Yes, okay.
What's the percentage of that to the total budget?
Phoebe, you bad. If you're not good with mathematics, why they count percentage? Eh? Why you go count percentage if you're not good with when you're not good with mathematics now, addition and subtraction. But if you seek out percentage, you want to get this pa. Uncle Andrew, you say what is sir?
It's about 2% because it's infinitesimal.
Aye. Now 2%. It tell we say 6.2 million. 6.2 million of 37 million United States dollars. That's what we're talking. Is that 2%? Eh? But they are myself are not good with mathematics. Eh? When I help me. 37 million United States dollars. 2% of 37 million. Now, how much that one? And for be a wheel. Yeah? 2% of 37 million. Now 740,000. Yeah. So not to 2% that one day. Now 740,000. You check them. 2% of 37 million. Because I say, now I say, Fibian, if you just want to disgrace this part. Uncle Bob, continue.
As
I
I
asked
said,
this
it's more
because
the
last time I had an interview with Figo, the comms person from your institution, he said
that Fibian member now will be asked answer inside January. Now they remind the statistics boss.
I asked about the deadline, that if the money hasn't arrived with statistics, what the deadline that would affect the entire period. He said by the end of March 2025. If the money was not in the coffers of Statistics Sierra Leone, it would affect the rest of the timelines in putting together the census. So you have only about 12% of the money. How forthcoming is the reality of conducting a decennial census within the time frame?
You might say 2%. Fibian don't bump until 12%. Anyone. Because forget. But you remind that what the answer be say. What the Uncle Bob say.
We are very positive that we'll get all the money we need to run the census.
Then positive say all the money we they need for run census, then go get them.
And as I've spoken to you just now, what we do in consonance with the Ministry of Finance is to request per activity.
Like I explained to you, we think for do, and then they ask for money.
The current activity we are about to undertake is a locality verification.
Okay, now then they do locality verification,
which is just a very small fraction of the entire census activity that's going to be undertaken. So as I sit here, that money has been put into a bank account.
There is locality verification, the money where they need for do that one day. Right now, it is slipping at their account.
They have designated a special account for the census.
Census don't get in your account now.
Wherein every money is being deposited in that account at any time funds are ready from the revenue generating institution. So that one is there standby, making sure that even when we do not request.
There. So now money they I like they no request safe. That question will be asked, money they sleep na the bank.
That standby account is there for money to be deposited. Then thereafter we do request per activity. Then that cash is actually sent into our own personal account to run our census activities. So as I told you just now, we've been given an amount of money to do the locality verification. When we have actually just exhausted all of that, then we make another request. We are positive that even before we ask,
what thing go happen, sir?
There are going to be so much cash in the coffers of a special account that's been set.
Tell me back, you say what thing?
Even before we ask.
Even before they ask, there is going to be so much cash.
There are going to be so much cash in the coffers of a special account that's been set.
Money go there, baby, lebe. Don't wonder why they mix up right now. You're not able to understand the money safe.
So that anytime we need money, we're not going to like run around for it. It's just there. We just request and it's being deposited in our Stats SL account for us to use and make sure we expedite our activities moving forward.
So that's now Andrew Bob Johnny, the statistician general, and the boss for Statistics Sierra Leone. I hope you they follow till Saudi reach so. Well, today, Apc Akk Esq, the lawyer, the young man AKK, also the parliamentarian, he be there, AYV this morning. Hey, Papa God. Listen, ba. Amphibian force.
We're going to contribute to the 2025 census.
We go contribute by the 2025 census. You know, say they don't move census to 2026. APC don't begin back. Then they talk about 2025 census. AKK. No, wait, Fabian. Oh, no, not to Fabian. I be Elizabeth Momo. Elizabeth this morning.
Why not the 2021?
They say they participate by 2025 census. Elizabeth say, oh, why not the 2021? That will be passed. Should not be take part. Now he say waiting.
No, 2021 is of no use, my lady. It's of no use. The government itself is not even using it.
He said that 2021 we talk. You not get used first. Even the government itself need the user.
So why will we come to use it again? Well, it's of no use to those who even started it.
What occurred around that time was that your political party discouraged members of the public not to be counted. And when we talk about the broader objective of having a census being conducted in a county, we've just mentioned that result going further to help with whether it's resource allocation, policy formulation, and the likes. What benchmarks have you set that you would use to now measure and say, okay, this feels safe, let the people be counted and be part of the process?
Beautiful.
It's a lek, Pa AKK. Now this is what we can talk.
Beautiful.
Okay. Hey, but give I'm back.
Beautiful.
Okay. So, Elizabeth say, but the last day on not take part. So this one, what soon I go look back on, I go say, una people and go take part or una go aiming. Now, AKK say waiting.
Beautiful. Firstly, is that it's unprecedented, it's a novelty in Sierra Leone for us to have census after 5 years, or it's called a midterm census. That in itself was exactly what created the whole shadow around the whole thing, that we noticed that it's a whole ploy. It's a system that was meant to skew people.
Okay.
And that's why we denied it. Internationally and best practices, census all over the world are conducted after any 10 years.
That's the decennial census.
Decennial census.
So we do not have any need for a midterm census. That's what you're saying.
That's what you said before. So we knew that bringing in the midterm census was not anything that was of national interest, but it was just because to satisfy them, because they wanted to score a particular goal they wanted to score at that time. It was not in the interest of Sierra Leone. So we did not participate in it. And until this point, we're still justifying our acts. That until this point, what is of the relevance? What is of relevance from what they did? But however, the other question I wanted to answer before you interjected again is that what census are we going to participate in? Will it be the 2025 as proclaimed by the president?
Who census we go take part pa? APC don't begin ask. Now the one where President Bill say 2025 or who's one?
Or the 2026.
Or the 2026 yun.
As rumored by Statistics Sierra Leone.
It's in a rumor. Oh. APC. Okay.
First thing, the APC is a serious party.
Voila. You say what?
First thing, the APC is a serious party.
APC no de pa kalo. APC na serious party. Okay.
We go by what the president said.
Then a president, we don't they listen to. It's not.
That is what you hold on to, and that is what you are taking to the bank.
Now, who's bank on they go? Okay, forget.
If there's going to be any shift, let the president come and apologize to us.
Now, president, be apology once. If he apologize to them teacher, then we been kefala be go put na cotton tree. Who still get that apologize? Hi. Okay.
Tell us that I am sorry, my people. I was ill-advised by Statistics Sierra Leone.
Say for can't tell we say statistics alone na no advice I'm fine.
I thought everything was intact, everything was in place, and thus the census, as proclaimed, will continue instant.
Okay.
But now, having got advice from our moral guarantors, our international partners, and Statistics Sierra Leone again, I am sorry. Let him come. He's the father of the nation. There's nothing wrong to apologize. If he apologizes to us with these conditions I've set, said that indeed he was ill-advised by those people he relied on, and that signal square pegs in round holes. You understand? They will understand that indeed the president is being sincere to his people.
So that means to say, una do yeri, but you dey say na rumor. But for let una go agree say na 2026 now, President will for apologize. If for say na statistics alone, na you no advice and fine. Before una go agree. On a village people don't sit down for una. Okay.
But in keeping quiet, we will start to understand that indeed it's a flaw.
He said, but if President you not talk, then you keep business the inside, and so then they begin to understand.
I will tell you, we monitor this nook and cranny.
They say then they open the yai like mountain fat food.
We monitor this step by step. It's going to be a serious project.
Okay.
And it's not going to be business as usual as they got away with the midterm census.
He said this one not will be business as usual like way they do for the midterm census. But at the same road, we don't begin work so. Now we don't begin work so. Okay.
So we are saying, as it is now, the APC is ready, fully ready to participate in the decennial census as proclaimed by the president.
They're ready for take part by the 2025 census, but that they not get for happen because of 2026 now. So I don't know who that get for go count them more.
We're not ready to give a thought to what the statistician general is rumoring, because unto this point, I repeat to you, Elizabeth, there has not been any official correspondence from Statistics Sierra Leone to political parties, i.e. APC, that we are going to shift the census as proclaimed by the president from 2025 to 2026 because of A, B, C, D, E, F.
Okay, then say they're not sending official letter, but the minister made the proclamation. Okay, then no one for the minister. They say because they're a serious party, and the president no more than they listen to. Okay.
Not like that. So we will not go by the rumor.
Is your party, the APC, concerned that maybe a postponement of this nature could also have an electoral delay in the future?
Una party concerned say because they don't push this census, it go get for push the election day. Waiting AKKC.
We resist that to the drop of our blood.
Alelele, aya go see you. You know it's AKKC? When they don't push this census, well, sometimes it go make them push the election day. What's AKKC?
We resist that to the drop of our blood.
We say we. We who? Okay, this is an APC. Now they all. Pada! Okay. They are break and down for we.
Take it from me and take it to the bank.
Whose bank you are like on a blood bank? No. Okay.
The elections in this country will be in 2028, and nothing is going to change it.
Okay. Election at 2028 and nothing not the change them. All right.
Except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
He accept not for the do. If you say nothing not the change, you know say pass God. How God did the change? Okay.
But nothing of such will happen. And we'll resist it to the drop of our blood.
Okay.
Take it serious. It's not going to be business as usual.
It's not it's not to business as usual.
I'm saying it out of all seriousness.
So if you feel saying a joke in the joke, it's in a serious talking the talk so.
Whatever plans they're having behind the scenes, we will resist them. And we will resist them with all our sweat.
Eh? Now it don't come up on blood, it don't come on sweat. Okay.
With all our blood, and we'll do it within the legal frameworks of the law.
So how the legal for do things we get for do with sweat and blood? Then go down within the legal framework of the law. Okay.
Take it serious.
So let me take it seriously.
It's not going to be business as usual. So let them play their gimmicks. We are waiting for them to come to the open stage. We're not prepared. We're not too worried about what they do behind the scenes. It's their own cup of tea. What we are concerned about is what is happening on the stage.
Okay. It's whatever they do behind that. Let them get critique. Let them enjoy. But when they count time before ya, now that side then they wait for them.
We are saying.
Which one are they say?
The president has proclaimed census to be 1st of December is census night 2025 and the 2nd to the 15th enumeration. Beautiful. We take it.
You say waiting.
Beautiful.
Okay. Beautiful.
We take it to the bank.
Whose bank? Huh.
If there's going to be any change, let the president come again and tell us.
So now the president I can't tell them. Not of say they know you because I explain how the president for talk and so they know you. But all the village people there, I think say that per census and then put them pa. Now they say the president for can apologize. Okay.
Prove for reasons why they change. If they are convincing enough, we'll go by it.
So even when the president can apologize and talk with them and the change, if we convince them. If he convince them, then they go by him.
If they're not convincing enough,
so if you not convince them,
we say no, Mr. President, you don't continue to take us for granted.
Now that turning now then go put foot. Tima pop. Say Okay.
The people of Sierra Leone will not settle for less anymore.
The people of Sierra Leone. The people of okay.
We deserve better. Enough is enough.
What in that? Is it waiting?
Enough is enough.
Why enough is enough?
We deserve better.
Okay. So because we deserve better?
Enough is enough.
Alright. Got you.
All this back and forth of you, we're really exhausted.
Una not ready for sweat now. Una don't begin exhausted. Ha. The tina begin. Is it waiting?
We're really exhausted.
Okay. You're exhausted, Quico.
Enough is enough. This is what we go by. Don't take us for granted. We are denying ourselves to settle for less. And this time it's not going to be business as usual again, I repeat.
And what will be the non-negotiables for the APC party, to participate in the upcoming census? That's if it's been held in 2026.
I repeat again, let the guys come. Let them stop playing behind the scenes. Come to the table. Tell us why you're shifting.
So we don't help yourself today with always who don't outline there. Okay, no, then saying nobody pass president's bill. No. I do what that too. I say APC say.
Tell us what are the reasons. If it's ineptitude on your side and are telling us that yes, we are sorry, we were in a hurry to advise the president as he made this proclamation, but again, basic things were not done behind the scene, and so we are sorry. If that is satisfying to us, and we know it is in the best interest of Sierra Leone, nothing is precluding us again to go by it.
From January, they say money not been there. Money not be there.
But firstly, let us make sure that the president, when he speaks, will give it the credence.
Now APC na effect for President Biusu. Wonderful. Wonderful when the president speak. The weight way he gets ufogia.
The seriousness it deserves.
Hallelujah.
Not for just one person to be seated in his office at Tower Hill, and when the president have said census is in December 2025, then that individual seated at Tower Hill will say no, census is in 2026. They'll start to reason. We'll start to question ourselves. Who are we listening to? The president or the statistician general? The answer is obvious. The president. He is the father of the nation. He tells us what to do. He's not a statistician general. We don't even go by what he's saying.
You there, yeah? Yes. APC, the faithful President Bill. Okay.
Us in the APC, we go by the proclamation by the president. If there's going to be any change, let the president tell us why the change. If the reasons, I repeat, are convincing and they are in the interest of Sierra Leone to making sure that we have a credible census, nothing will stop us to go by it. But as it is now, we are not even countenancing census in 2026. We go by what the president have said, and that is what we are anchoring on, and that's where our support is going to.
Now they we support the go. Now they everything they go. Well, I don't know that get for country now 2025. So if the president not apologize, okay. All right. When I don't begin. Okay. Uswe, welcome, sir. What you get on this one?
Yeah, thanks, Triple for talk we through regarding the development of these statistics. Then joblessness alone, and with the mandate of the government. But it's becoming a troublesome issue with the only thing because of sincerity and better planning. So then they reach this stage and communication error delay. But the communication error they come because of waiting in the statistician man wanna answer. They try for sellout to the public about waiting and they do about this population census. The description of the census when at the team, when at the signal he already the violator, because not to 10 years, but then they call them 10-year census. So now so then they call them, they not they give out a name of, even when they come for the other areas about logo, team, the team get forget the senior population. So if you don't see the senior population, every 10 years for be that already the violator many times. We even if we go back, we already receive in 2021, when they get involvement of the World Bank, at some point the World Bank pull out because there was a time when the World Bank they try to help them for do about 11,000 schools for let them know how to build them because they do the trial on the primary schools. Then we launch in Gambia. So that was a project where the data system in this strive for leg will work at a smaller scale for schools. But there was a point of financial issues. But that being go to a pilot stage, wouldn't be acclaimed, the government say, well, they don't succeed. But if they can't afford do the other 2021, which be don't come before, just after the 2017, where the previous government be do, and then come again to 2021 for can do another one. So at some point, because of the data, because all this and the try for it will become digital, and how it will become for it will be a bank. Which in this bank and a statistic bank. We in a day like a dashboard. In a day as that dashboard, we they all go able for access. With anybody we want you just go click is find the areas. But the point is they're not able to go ahead for succeed in all the areas for make that dashboard go work. So but the World Bank backup. So now that's when they be able to get the Kenya Bureau. But this time the Kenya Bureau no depend this. Because the US Bureau not be depend the first one. So this time, instead of Kenya Bureau, then you get the US Bureau added to the UNICEF, the UNFPA, and the other stakeholders the way they talk about. So if that formality they don't do, you see the US Bureau can say, well, now them pinpoint or now them give say this year now so you get for B because January then we don't meet up, like every day talk. And during that meeting they even when they talk so, because we don't talk here before we bring this issue topic again. Now 35, now you say the government pledge 35 point something, 35.2 million US dollars. Now the government we don't pledge say we they give. So what it be short in have been 2.5 way for that it will reach the amount we then be need. Because not only 37, then we put 0.5. So if they don't decide now for say well now we will go ahead because government don't pledge, and after January, February, and primarily waiting there as statisticians because that's how they decide for pull back. Say well now the job of una as statisticians, una a governing body, And when I governing body, you know, they report to the presidency because now that's the mandate them be as a governing body, but then get for report now based on the report of waiting and waiting day, and after they don't, you know, conduct whatever in terms of the maths where they say algorithm, in terms of the maths where it talks in so we get for go now the cartography now yeah we don't get now yeah one for add or now yeah one for go look more, but it's a matter of all these things they are not matched with waiting in the try for do now because of one, the real plan is there was money to have been there, but the money not the day, and it cut me down to a little percentage where it talk in leons, we convert them to dollars, you know, will even be 1/4 of waiting they don't call another 37.5. You see, so it's a matter of how they're able for them sit down as then na the one who don't go advise the presidency, but if not then advise the presidency or the presidency be don't get the executive idea say other group of people and because you always get political people in a party where they say, well, this year na so we don't see that this for plan before even then we don't come for can't join hands with the statisticians. So this is the trouble now wherein you get the one that way now the political advisor either now for score numbers or now in a pattern like when they try for say now then the plan say they add chiefdom and districts. So that is already in the plan and there's in the south. So you go begin question now wait then they wait for who that get for do the political plan where they say a manifesto because this is like a not a manifesto but a secrecy of a plan where then get for use then statisticians and they get for interpret that plan day. So if you begin to see something on the ground like go to think say well now one of them plans you know they can have district and they can chiefdoms there. So not to we say una for go add them. Now una because una they try for gain power. So we add more districts, then we will get more people there for vote in terms of proportional representation of the votes. So if you begin to think of that, we don't for think of her. Now statistics not go think of her. Now the one holding at the power will think, then they can't sell the idea. So the fight between the executive ideas where they don't bring cancer the politics of we'll also say the politics of the census, what are the population one, and then the idea and the capability and the sabi one of statistics, where they don't they get problem in terms of finance for a while. So they say now they can't give them this work, so then they wait for get the final now of how they want to let the method go, and then they wait the final for say the couple day here. So, but because then they find it hard for say these are the challenges we'll get. Even if they go to waiting statistics day, we will not tell the government according to we. Now we they say that we for tell them. And we don't get accept. So now for that we call because not only the government begin call the people about the go now they write the letters, statistics to all them stakeholders there because now they say now something with an agreement. So they come for them and give an idea. So this is the battle between the institution who are responsible for carrying mandates and then based on the government and the executive power, and then now they get areas where they prioritize say if this is something we want to do for let other partners and go come on a dashboard, we would expect say a stats bank, because so they call her, that they just cut them for statistics. So that bank it only will be effective because you develop the bank so you'll be able to allow users them for anything where they can, then they will get that filter and download them and use them. But if we see are not able to get even the side where they say we get a cloud for who will hide for keep this data, then are the challenge. And the government beyond the challenge, they bring this initiative for a while now. For more than can DSTI, even this present national switch we therefore do with the central bank when a similar data we person go click here, you know that open account, would have go pay here, then click so if you have for payback it's easy for transfer money. So all these things in there. So now similar one that them if government be the plan say if before don't be on a wider range we will cover all that in there. So but the statistics themselves therefore they see here because even the past few years, them blank give the consumer price index and then give pull up. UK always out I can make. But for some about a year and a half now or two, they're not been get for doing because funds not been on there even day. So the effectiveness is challenging. The staff is challenging. It comes to the things that we don't need for learn, you go able for put because the tools that we go use for it go something digital. Those get for be available. And the one that we will use, I get for get that science training with them because it specified it. So if all these things are not in place, and you now you expecting that you will go tell the president, I don't think that I would need because we don't have to advise that. But when you go tell the government gets your idea. Well, if the government get any idea for saying that this method one for apply, it don't meet up because the couple back no can they follow go meet up with these challenges. So well, it's a matter of when you talk about procurement, you talk about cartography mapping, the data entry, with the timeline, with what you say in terms of the money, you not go get for work. So here now comes the question, because somebody has been the question until another platform about that is the timeline would then get how you be able for work, whether they get for rush them or then get for suspend them. But it don't be a faulty issue what we don't they get about census in that country who will try let it become digital and the usefulness of them and for let the people then go benefit. But even with all this spending, the data there because you will get the Francis Kaikai who belong there from the Ministry of Economic Planning during that time they when at the 2021 they all been there behind these statistics and then they explain because I know one of the one we've been come last now the media for can't do the supportive one we've been there about how the usefulness of and how the development plan work along with that one day and how the other census not credible. But the funny thing about it again, the previous census not being credible, but when it became now in terms of they use part of that census day, especially with the ECSL, they'll not be able to forget a number with the present 2021 what they do. So they get to go back to 2017. They add two numbers, divide for produce a number. So you begin to think of something when are visual because you try to forget the number and the population when are the present one after you do the pilot one. So if you talk of numbers and accuracy of number, you go take a number of people after years people and population don't grow, then you get a division from there. I don't know how that population census they been worked towards this the ECSL. So these are the credibility where you say you get for filter things, you get for know see there is a plan. So but we don't know if now the ministry of development and economic planning, it look dormant, we no area on this. So we don't know what in a your part we play, or now the government get new idea, or now the statistics get their own issues. So these are the areas where they look. Who are the ministry? What is statistics doing? Not to do with development partners, they don't can't tell what for do. But what is the executive deciding? Are they waiting for another plan B? We don't know. But all we hope no more, whatever arrival, the things they get for arrive, let them arrive for the use of the people and benefits. Because when you look down in terms of statistics and census, it entails quite a lot with people and get for benefits. But we only hope say that will be not for political gains for numbers. And when you get political gains for numbers, that they all lent can be say, look, count. If you can able to count, all right. But if you're not able to count, serve the people and with which you then get hope for betterment. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
Yeah, you're most welcome, yes, sir. Yeah.
We want to say thanks to Usfriend for his contribution today. Alpha, welcome, sir. What do you get on this one?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. I think for me, the first thing I go emphasize Nayana that na money now they make them don't postpone this census. That's that they want for play politics panel now. Whether they want for play politics, so we need to be plain and be blunt here. The government not get money or able to take up a huge percentage or huge part of the expenditure. Remember when they do that midterm census, it may reach then even they make books they say waiting. Now the government of Salon, now in don't spend that kind of money there for the census, right? So imagine this one with money no this. So guess what? That make you see all these delay, this tactics, this way that they one person go tell with this, the other person go tell with this. But for me that the spokesman for statistics nine beats me imagination. The reason make I say it beats me imagination, sir. Now that this guy they make reference to wrong things them and you want for use them as a means of justification for make this one not be old the right date. You say, oh, you know ever been at the country and you call the date for a census. when they announce the date, the older census that same day. Does he right or does it mean that's the right thing? The answer na big no. So what is expected of you when they prove all the other one and they because they wrong no me say myself I will carry wrong. When presidents don't announce dates, they are the wait still 1 year. Not you don't use wrong for justify wrong. You don't ever get correct answer. They talk like for say na good thing in fact we will be proud of them. So but they never so waiting for worry for. We have to. The other thing we make where I go want for to go to the attention of we listeners and the public is a time not get an effect on the quality of data. It's absolutely wrong. Sir, you na a farmer extraordinaire. Where you want for plants, like now, rain they begin can just snow. You dey delay for brush or what they call you dey delay? Not so on time you go make them brush farm they able for prepare well. So if we want forget a quality harvest, not to I know they follow this the time and the season, right? But see this man they tell we say, God, why we wicked so? This man with the convenience sense, they tell we say because not to waiting and call. They tell we say the time not gets effect, it not going to affect the quality of waiting and call. It's absolutely not true. It's absolutely not true. Because time gets total effect on the quality or on the data we together. So they not say we say it not get effect. But again, when you get people who are not able to understand too much, that's when then they use them. And they go na radio, you go talk all kind of big English, you go turn and so you make and so at the end you have people who they clap for these guys had me talk. But the fact remains he's saying something where they affect the country. That drives me again to wait to make what was the necessity or the importance of the midterm census? Waiting at the importance of that day. What we derive with all the money we then spend by the midterm census, what is the or what was the outcome? At the end, see the same spokesman for statistics, they tell we say the midterm census me enshrouded with politics. But during that time, they then tell we say waiting that be the best quality data they gather, then this, then that. That was their presentation what they give. Now today, in time we say it gets some political under to this, that. And these same people where they benchmark the international community, now this same platform what we they tell they say the international community very important in census. They say now they tell we say we not sovereign state, we not sovereign country, but we say today when money no we not sovereign again. When money me there for they run midterm census, they then go waiting the one for get waiting them plan. That's when they win a sovereign state. Now money don't done in all day. So we dey listen to the international community that they don't advise we say waiting them call. How we want for move Salone forward? If there be no say money no go there for this census, why they waste that boku money per midterm census? Wherein now only for make them tell we say, oh, the south or whatever, that they get the highest population in the country. At the end of the day, waiting benefits we. Well, you know, be no say we get the original census so now after every 10 years, get for camp. Una not get money for you for waiting then call. Now they push another 11 year. Then this man, they tell you say no, it know the affects. You know the affects God help that country. The quick one with the APC side, I think for me, I don't know side ND because we listen what's in the guy will be the talk for the just now. What they talk? AKK, exactly. It's Esquire, I think that's the Esquire. Wait, they talk. You they beg for ask the question. Wait, now sound at this safe. Because you dey tell we say we for listen to the president, drop of blood, sweat. Don't be Salone, no dey happen again as Salone again. Nobody need drop blood there. So now, nobody not dey be a lot happy and again. Or you sit down then kick ball over it now you business. The last time them for serious for the midterm census and them they jump. Una not come on, let not come to now. Today now you don't know you other thing. Yes, let them wait until you don't begin talk say they not go postpone the election. Let them wait. If you say money then at the country, we will not get money for conduct election. Then go tell we how they will conduct the election. So until then, the way that people can talk, people they can think say no more. Now because they oversee, now make all time then the thing say now our salon for the na so for the or our oversee the na so salon time. But the fact remains, some of we na genuine heart and love we get for salon. Now that make we wale salon better. Now that make we wale salon treat. That make we call out them people there. Anyway, now that na me own for today, sir. Thank you very seriously, sir.
Thank you very much, Alpha.
Always welcome.
Yeah. Mohamed Conte, he said the outcome will be the PI system declared by the president. Now the political party of the president is the majority in parliament. The agenda of the president is smooth running in the country. That's what Mohamed Conte, they say. Into lawyery, waiting AKK the Esquire say. Manaya na salon. Say they need agree. Auto business as usual. Omar, welcome. So what you get for me?
Good evening again. Well, your voice kind of look heavy. You dey under the weather or what? Or you can't with too much dust. You need for clean up, my man. The dust for
Balance
clean up,
me,
man.
balance me.
Oh man, we love you, brother. Listen, thank you to his friend. I don't dey tell people. I don't dey tell people over and over and over and over and over. Say that the educated people in there we go land book for 11 years. Now they exhibit so. Now the 11 years education, now they exhibit so that we on yeah, we see them. We get vice president who knows the count numbers, but a doctor. Now we get somebody when I them put in charge for count people, let me not even count money. Oh, God, you good. God, why? Why? Why Sierra Leone? God, why Sierra Leone? What thing we been do? Why? Why then can human being and you not been caring and go to other country? Let you give with people like Magafuli, Prime Tory. Why you give it a wire? Why? Oh God. This guy, they tell you we say 10 billion leos, which is 10 million leos. The lady they ask them back, they talk about confidence 10 million leos, which is 12 billion, which is 12 million leos. Can you believe? Can you believe this man probably get degree in statistics? Who say get them? This not a slippery strong businesses. This not get nothing for do with because the man they repeat the word. The lady they ask them, they talk out with confidence. So this not get nothing for do with slippery of tongue. No, the man no numbers. Now the same way the vice president sit down, then they ask him. The vice president they calculate. They call you under 40 million, 20 million, 50 million. When you put all together. Now 450 million. Give me the God, why? What is Sierra Leone do you, God? Why you give with them people here? You before don't fend another ground for carrying where I go. You before don't fend another ground for carrying where I go. Why? Let's look at this guy. See, don't under. Now the guy then why we talk say whether not been in the power, then go land book. Now the book then they show we so. But Now, brother, they know why now you hire them. Now you give them work. Now you then they disgrace. Oh. Not to the salon then they disgrace. Oh. Now you then they disgrace. Because now you hire them. Now public television, where not Australian, there's no more they watch AY view. We get foreign embassy then when they themselves they get news but Sierra Leone. When they then watch, then they watch. Then they see people the way you hire and put in positions of interest, especially statistics, Sierra Leone. Now then they crack numbers and so for you, daddy. And the people are the wow. And then I even talk to that, they say, you need to hire somebody where you need to work with. Well, I don't hire another you to work with. Now they will see so. Now you don't hire the real one the way you work with. Now then they display before you so. Before you on your eye. When they tell say, this thing not to tribalism business. This thing not to regionalism business. Put people away competent. Let them do what the needful for the nation. Then people and they go help you, you help the nation. Una not one. You say you need to work with people where you don't know. Well, I don't know where you know that then they display so. You see, first of all, let me tell you now, demarcation they come. No, no worry. Demarcation they come. Boy and Kenema, then they divide them. Boy and Kenema, then they divide them. I like APC go up then come down. In fact, now rubbish APC depa. APC enable them people. Them people they muscle them anytime they want. They don't already weigh them. Then be buy scale. Then we don't go to China and they don't go buy scale. Then come put APC on top that scale. They don't already weigh them. So whether young man they sit down and they talk over my cook blood, me raw blood, me sweat, you crazy. Then why didn't they do anything they want to do? Because they don't already weigh una. Una na people will not get teeth. Because first of all, una no unite. Una no unite. The money all una been thief. Una not even reach 5 years. Na sideline. Una broke. Because na broke make, na money make una run go. Not to say, na give away them, na because they say they go take, without not show up, then go give away in situ. Na money na in drag una go. The tell una been get that whole out. Na money drag una. Do the way go. We they see una fetch them. Samura the smuggle la net. They go visit the president. Then you get another one the way they smuggle, they do all kinds of things. Na God they swear una no see that yet. Una been in a power, all kind young picking the all una follow them. Una they spray money like say na una own. Now una they talk say una they fight for the people. Una they talk about we who? We who? Una they follow una. Hey God, let it be for say we youth them. When you go hope in the head, like I do hope in coconut, where you knock the top, you hope in the head, you put some kind of a brain that will use the head. If una wanna go, una not put their life again in danger. When una been the rubbish money 8, 9, 10 years ago, una the fella with young people been the share with them. Why now una they call them? Same thing at the same rubbish. Look at where we they say today. I swear to God, if they try again, I go fuck people. Who's people? You uncle, you daddy, you brother, you sister, that then they enjoy. Them left the innocent youth them. Una need to give them nothing. Why they fighting for the goal? Let them life they do go now and will not go with them. So XPK or whatever you name be, Karim or Momodu Karim, Abdul Karim, whatever funny you name be, no youth they follow you. Let you, Yansane, Anders by Kroma, Minkailu, guy we call himself Esquire, una party secretary, una bunch on ourselves, una gonna street. Una left the youth them out of this. They not eat, they not sweat. 11 years, when they destroy money, that nation they money will for go to school, money will for go to road, money will for go for good health care facility, money will for go for water, una eat, then una the brag. Say una get the fastest growing economy. So now if you don't count this way, una go there by una self. So if the blood will go for shell, the tears, the sweat, let it just be to ourselves. But again, not to that get for happen. Because we get a very, very, very vulnerable youth population where now them back go tina back na street, now them body them back will go count. Now una your body that we need for count. Una all now una body that we need for count instead of the innocent youth that we don't know nothing. Because now the thing this all they tell una, if una be don't do things in the right way, maybe I don't know, maybe we're not for those out there so today. The rubbish them what una do, and then they on full so una grab una demarcate put loco and falaba and kabala konadugu. No need not be there. No need not be there. You cannot say when I get full them. Or I can convince somebody say, oh, I've been doing the maram, doing now that me get that you know population become the zoo. So now so they got now make them divide. Really full. People that they not live there. Most of them are free turn them in commot. Where we brother been carrying and go there for the car for go walk. But before move commode. Look where they are not the business that they work again. They are not commodity. They are not move go back. So now that will be the young of say, oh, now that Africa minerals, LA minerals, Los Angeles minerals. Now they make them go divide. So una no worry. Una save them go for divide for una. This is not a job we not a done deal. Then why then they divide Kenema, then they divide Bo. So una save come, una go divide McKinney, Pombali, then una divide Tonkolili. Who then self come, then go divide Kailao and Pujong. Who una self come, una go divide Zambia, whatever. Maybe una go redivide Potloko back. Because now that you don't left back. Una all 2 days and tit for tat. A tit for tat. Need not be there. So then self go for do and try. I don't know whatever that the PR system won't have been blocked in a parliament because they've been not ready for the market. But won't have blocked in a parliament and make them count the PR system. So this demarcation then go do because they want to make sure say if not to them did a state house, they want forget the upper hand of parliament. If not then get for the back in a state house, they want for make sure say they get the parliament, where they go say this time around, we not fire now. We not call police for Kampulu that come out to. Now we get the highest because we district them, Bo and Kenema, get more population past Freetown. Nobody in a right frame of mind. No one in the right frame of mind no go even think say Bo population above past Freetown. Nobody, if you're not on bottle like they sleep. Even if your doctor be don't deprive you for 1 year, say you use psych medication, then you know for the take them. You're not going to even say more population pass free tongue. But now that then give we. Then give we a man because now when I tell una people and say, una not allow let them come to now. Remember me, your mommy, in the kind of AYV, mommy Femi Project School. Talk jaran, count me, not count me, na plaba. You remember that? Count me, no count me, na plaba. So that oil day. Now that oil day, nine then take fry una. So to go no more. To go. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much. Oh my. Now we have to go look for Femi Clorios School. Count me, no count me. Count me, no count me, na palava. Nayana Salon. Land that we love. Our Sierra Leone.
It's HMP here. Sorry.
We're done for today. We'll be there back tomorrow. APC, according to Akk Esq, blood, sweat, then go use them for resist. They say President Bill for apologize. Then if they agree for the apology, no wahala. But if they no agree, okay. Go there back tomorrow, yeah? Till we meet back tomorrow. Triple say, tata.